How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you my 2000 Chevy S10 and talk a little about the paint job. It's a complete Raptor liner paint job. It's a little windy today, so hopefully you guys can hear me. So yeah, let me show you over this vehicle. So I've owned this vehicle for almost 10 years now, and I bought it for $150 about 10 years ago, not running, and used it for several years after that. Ended up getting it fixed. It was no big deal, and drove it for several years after that. It was somebody's yard work truck, and this truck was beat up and scratched and dented and just had one of the most beat up paint jobs that you ever seen. So it was a nice running truck and everything, but I wanted to clean it up a little bit, and I didn't want to pay for a nice paint job because I was going to beat it up just as bad. I own a mechanic shop, so I use this truck every single day, and it gets beat up and scratched. So I looked into Rhino lining, Line-X, a few other things like that, and it was really hard to get a shop to do those. I guess because of the prep work and the door gaps and the issues that they had. And I came across some Raptor liner and decided to do the job myself. So I sanded everything down with a DA sander, I think around 80 to 120 grit. So just a real aggressive grit. You don't have to get it smooth. You want deep scratches and a really rough surface for this stuff to adhere to. One of the nice parts about that is you could just take a DA sander, and I think I spent an hour or two on this truck and just went through and scuffed the whole thing up. And I ended up using 6 bottles on this. So I removed the bed. I got in the front of the bed and the back of the cab, and got it everywhere I could, and it ended up costing me about $200 to do the whole job, and maybe about 4 hours in labor of prep time and spraying and everything. And that was about 4 years ago that I did that. So since then I've beat it up quite a bit more. I use it to haul gravel and dirt and vehicles and steel and engines and pretty much everything you can think of. So it's been really well used. As you can see here, there was a dent that I pulled out before I lined it, and that dent ended up coming back over time. I don't know if, so this right here is actually tree sap. So that's one of the bigger pain in the butts, is the tree sap you can't clean off. So a smooth surface, you could work tree sap out with a rag and fingernails and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. This you're not going to get tree sap out of. So that's one of the hard parts. And then let's see, we take a look. I've got one dent here that I did, and you could see, let's see. So when you scratch it, there's a lighter blue. It appears to turn to a lighter blue. This is their navy blue color that they sell pre-mixed. And I thought it was going to be a little bit darker. To me, that's getting pretty close to purple. It's definitely not a navy blue like the truck was originally. So I thought it was going to match really close. Let's see if I can get a good shot of these two colors here. The thing that they sent to me, the card that showed what color it was going to look like when it was done, matched the original color really well. But when you actually spray it, I don't know why, it ended up quite a bit different color. So yeah, you can see I've got a scratch here, and actually that's something else that I smeared on the truck. But we get to the bedside, and you could see that I've hit it a few times, and I've hit the bed in ways to actually chip this stuff off, and that's what you get underneath. Now the hard part is it's really hard to repair. So there's not many good options. I'm gonna do another video on maybe going back through and spraying some of the truck, but honestly this bed is getting to the point where it's just done. So you could see the scratches in the bed here. Keep in mind this is over 4 years. Some of this may be from not prepping it correctly, but for the most part it's just use, and it does scratch, and it scratches a little easier than I thought, but it's still a lot more durable than paint. So let's see the tailgate here. So the corners are a real bad spot trying to work out of this truck. And I've got a little bit of good damage here that ended up chipping off. And of course, you know, I mean, I'm hurting the bed quite a bit to do this, but I mean, this stuff does flake off. So overall, I was pretty happy with it. It's just the bad part is it's hard to repair, so you're gonna get one time out of this, and you're gonna get a little bit of use, and the scratches are gonna be a lot more noticeable on this application here. So do I feel like it was worth it to Raptor line this truck? Yeah, I absolutely do. The truck was really beat up. After I lined it, and ended up looking a lot better, and it stayed looking pretty good. It cleans really easy, and it still doesn't look that bad right now. I mean, even though all the scratches and everything I have, the truck still looks a lot better than what it did. Would I do this to a really nice truck? I don't think that I would. I think Raptor line is reserved for the shit box vehicle, and something that you just want to keep using and abuse or make look a little bit better. And it was really cheap. Like I said, it was a couple hours and a couple $100, and it turned out looking like a whole different truck. So I do like the product. There's probably a few other uses for it that I haven't tried yet. I'm gonna do a video seeing what happens when I spray over this system and see if it'll hold up doing that. I'm going to get a truck, actually Line-X today. That product has a lot of benefits to it. Line-X is like 60 to 90 thousandths thick. We measured this is 14 thousandths thick, so it doesn't spray on real heavy. Of course, that was one application being pretty thorough, but it's not as thick as you would think if you haven't used it before. So I would suggest it for a lot of vehicles, for a lot of situations, but I don't think I would go spraying a brand new truck with it. I haven't quite found anything better yet though. So I've messed with Herculiner a little bit, and Rhino Line and Rhino Line and Line-X are absolutely the best for the bed. Not the Herculiner, the Rhino Line and Line-X are the best systems for inside the bed, period. There's nothing that even comes close to those. As for the exterior of the vehicle, they're really hard to accomplish, Rhino Line and Line-X. It takes a professional to do that stuff, and it takes a professional to prep it, and someone that's done it before. And of course, if you're going to be getting that done, you're going to take it to a professional anyways. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to do a few more things with Raptor line. I own the kit. I bought some extra Raptor line, and I do use it for a few other purposes. But I just wanted to show the truck. Someone pointed it out in the back of one of my videos. Noticed that it looked kind of odd, and so yeah, I just wanted to give it a quick review. Thanks for watching.